Thank you for being here. We are calling the public session to order. And I'd like to read a few details about our meeting. Public comments are limited to 3 minutes per speaker on BCSD and school-related topics. Citizens wishing to participate in public comments can do so in person or via phone. There are 2 scheduled public comment forums during each board meeting. The first is a 30-minute session near the beginning of the meeting, limited to topics on the board meeting agenda. The second is a 15-minute session, which takes place prior to adjournment, but no later than 9 p.m. Requests to participate in public comments via phone will be accepted electronically. You can find the BOE public comment form on our website at www.beaufortschools.net/about-us/board-of-ed/public comments. Please sign up using the public comment form 24 hours from the day of the meeting. Requesters will subsequently receive a phone call during their respective public forum time and should be ready to speak. Citizens desiring to participate in person must fill out a public comment card that can be obtained from the board clerk. With that, we will call the meeting to order. And is there a motion for approval of the agenda?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Properly motioned and second. And if you will, please join in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I have the vote, and I have a question too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes, sir. In executive session, I see we have employment matters. Who'll be taking care of that?
Staff.
And we have a decision under 34, decision under covered by attorney-client privilege matter. Who'll be attorney on that?
You referring to the second item? Second and third items?
Third item.
This is staff.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
All right, thank you, sir. Okay, if you'll join in the Pledge of... Oh, I'm sorry. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Aye.
Okay. All opposed?
Gordon, aye.
Okay. Any others? Got them big. Okay. All right, thank you.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Ms. Cushingberry, has the media been properly notified? Yes, sir. Okay. And the first public comments? Okay. All right, then with that, we'll move to the chair's report. And it is humbly shared. Since it has been less than 7 days since the last BOE meeting, this report will be lighter than prior editions. No one needs to clap for brevity on this particular one, though. We'll do our best. We attended a program presented by the state superintendent in the South Carolina Department of Education. The name of the program is Edunomics. It was presented by Georgetown University professor Dr. Marguerite Rosa, PhD, founder and director of the Edunomics Lab at Georgetown University. Dr. Rosa researches, analyzes budgetary effectiveness in various mathematical models to determine methodologies that seem to be more effective in supporting program outcomes. So she is trying and has done a superb job of actually trying to link formulaic approach to improve academic performance. And so it was very interesting. One tool was role assumption. So all of those of us who attended, we had to actually, instead of saying we're a board member, we had to be a teacher, a custodian, whatever, and look at the budgeting process from that perspective. which actually was quite effective in expanding one's perspective. So that was a time well spent. And one of the things that we definitely encourage our board members is let's be a learning board, continuously looking for ways we can improve and become better at our roles and our support of the administration, the public, and the citizens. The second item that I was fortunate to attend is the South Carolina School Board Association, which does a lot of lobbying on behalf of school boards statewide. They're soliciting feedback via what programs statewide board members would like to see continue to grow program attendance, and more importantly, new areas to support school board members in future offerings. And when you stop to think about all the things that are happening in our society, the new systems that are being developed, there are myriad of opportunities for us to learn, and we encourage the board to actually attend these type sessions. The third item was able to attend our partner Jasper County, which held a CATE advisory board meeting with invitees from surrounding areas, from the state, county educators, business partners who are seeking to expand their efforts in attracting certified talent. They had 28 of their students who won gold, silver, or bronze at state competitions. And I was very pleased to hear that, but I also know that out of our CTE programs, we've had a significant number that also attended and have brought back medals. So it's always good to go to these types of opportunities and come back and know that we've done equally well. Those opportunities can be a source of, beneficial innovations and partnerships. One of the things that really interested me was that there were quite a few private enterprise owners, directors who were there, and they were trying to understand and see how they could better link in terms of jobs, the talent. We have the same thing in Beaufort County. And all you have to do is go to any of our 6 CATE programs, and you can get real insights into the types of companies that are actually working with our school district as well. Some companies are also looking to actually work with our school district and other school districts to create jobs that they see on the horizon, and they want to make sure that they have those crafted. Board members, I'll share materials from these events to trigger ideas for more innovative suggestions. And one of the things as part of our being a learning board is, as each of us go to these different events, and we are absolutely in support of you going and learning, if you would be so kind, if your schedule and inclination allow, please just give us a short recap that we can share with all the board members. So whether we're working or not, we all learn mutually. All right? And that's the chair's report.
Mr. Nellis?
Yes, sir.
I just want to make a correction. Mr. Smith asked who was providing advice on the third item, the discussion matter covered by the attorney-client privilege. So that is staff, it's our attorney, but it's also Attorney Heiser, Franny Heiser, that would be available to join us too. So I just want to make sure. Okay.
Thank you. Board business action? Committee reports. Colonel Geyer, I think you are up for ACE, is that correct, sir?
Yes, sir. I'm prepared to speak about this.
Please proceed, Colonel.
All right. We had a meeting, initial board meeting, and we discussed a number of things. But frankly, the big issue that came up is finances and the split of how much the Beaufort County School District provides and how much the Jasper County School District provides. Basically, we said and asked the 2 superintendents who were in attendance at the meeting to come together and come to us in a board meeting and discuss how finances can be adjusted or modified or whatever to adequately fund the ACE program. It has to do with not only the normal operating budget, but also it has to do with infrastructure repairs. So I really don't want to give anything else until we have that meeting. And once we have that meeting, we'll come back to the full board and give them a report. Mr. Smith was in attendance, and if he has anything further, he can chime in as well.
Okay, thank you. That concludes your report, Colonel Guyer.
That's correct.
Thank you, sir. Academics.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. On March 17th, the Academic Committee met for a review of the following two presentations, one on student academic support and one on the day treatment program. The Instructional Service Division first presented on student academic support, and present were Dr. Mello Lee, Dr. Stratos, Dr. Dixon, Melissa Murray, and Michael Jackman. They shared a comprehensive summary of Tier 1 highly qualified instructional materials for English language arts, math and science that support classroom learning. Additionally, Michael Jackman presented on the use of HQIM as primary materials for Tier 1 introduction by the primary teacher of record. Ms. Jackman also presented information to deepen participants' understanding of the process for students as they enter Tier 3 of the multi-tiered system. During the portion of the presentation, emphasis was made by the ISD team that good instructional planning focused upon teaching and learning are key to student achievement. Following this, Dr. Lee and Dr. Cox presented on the day treatment program being supported through the division headed by Dr. Cox, and he placed emphasis on the significant positive impact that the day treatment program has made upon students and their families. To share a highlight that was referenced of a family whose student is enrolled in the program, quote, "My child now loves to attend school. A simple experience of getting out of the car and walking into the building is with ease and lowered anxiety. I can now easily go to my employment as my child easily goes to school. This has not been the norm." Dr. Cox then shared how the program has added significant value to the lives and students of families that are a part of this program. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Vice Chair Dr. Carr. Fine.
Good evening. Our Finance Committee met on March 16th, and so a brief summary of the items that were discussed in that meeting include the financial transparency review. We had summaries for December 2025 and January, which were also reviewed and included items, focus areas, and specifically in construction and facilities and technology. December increases were in some of those areas were due to expanded scope of work and new contracts in construction. Targeted increases related to infrastructure investments and software renewals, including a Microsoft renewal. So two focus areas included renewal of instructional resources, and January's focus review was for stormwater fees paid to Beaufort County annually. So we provided a monthly financial update beginning this past month. And so we provided revenues and expenditures, and revenues had actually shown collections reaching 92.7% of the annual budget. So those are tax revenues that have been collected through January. So that's a good, strong revenue performance for us. And then expenditures showed at 55.1% of the total budget, which is normal for this time of year. Our teachers, generally their first paycheck is in August, and so those lag behind a normal cycle of the quarterly budget. We also had an update to OS 37R. It's the administrative rule for food service. This was just to update information that had already been, or the policies behind the practices that had already been put in place relating to the community eligibility provision, which is also known as CEP, and it results in a free meal for students, a free breakfast and a free lunch each day for each student district-wide. Eliminating meal payments, collections, and improving equity and access to food, nutritious food for the students. And financial planning and economic outlook. We talked about preparations for the annual debt service update, which we held at the work session the following Fridays, the last Friday in March. And Mr. Nurick addressed different global economic conditions, potential impacts of international currency shifts, and other worldwide global effects of an economy on the district's portfolios. So we're keeping in tune with those and watching them very closely as things evolve. So our next steps are to continue monitoring some of the fees that were brought forward and continue our focus reviews and the selection of those focus reviews with board members. And our next meeting is Monday, April 20th at 4:30.
Any questions from board members?
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Secretary.
Yay, my favorite topic. Let's see, we had our last Operations Committee meeting on March 10th. For the 2019 referendum, as of February 28th, we are in final fee recognition or reconciliation for architects, reconciliation for open purchase orders, and reconciliation for commitments put under contract utilizing program contingency savings. For the 2019 financial update, current referendum budget is $375.7 million. Paid and committed funds are $374 million. Remaining available funds, including contingency, is $1.6 million, and contingency remaining at the end of February 2026 is $1.5 million. For the 2023 referendum project updates, all monthly projects are reporting green traffic lights for budget and schedule. For the 2023 bond referendum financial update, all financial reports are reporting green light. Current referendum budget is $439 million. Paid and committed funds as of February are $267.8 million. Remaining available funds, including contingency, is $171.1 million. For our custodial report, the month of February, we had 820 total inspections with a district average of 90.8. All three of our vendors maintain a 90% staffing. For the maintenance update, work orders to date are 18,384. Work orders completed to date are 15,591. Our district average for days to complete work orders are 4.23 days. The highest two categories for work orders by craft are HVAC and plumbing. And our school blitz for the month of February was H.E. McCracken Middle School, 58 total work orders, and of those, 43 were completed. Finally, the South Carolina Forestry Division is seeking a letter of support for the acquisition of Buckfield Land Acquisition Project, as seen on the attached map, if we can throw that up there. Sorry, Robin, I should have told you I skipped around a little bit in the order. My apologies. Just felt this need to get through my update as fast as everybody else. There it is. Yay. So the South Carolina Forestry Commission is required to submit a letter of support from the county council and county school board in which it intends to purchase and hold the land. The letter is due to the South Carolina Department of Administration as part of our approval process to purchase the land. The Buckland Land Acquisition, for not us to purchase, but for them to purchase. The Buckland Land Acquisition Project is a collaboration between South Carolina Forestry Commission, Open Space Institute, South Carolina Conservation Bank, South Carolina Office of Resilience, and Beaufort County Green Space. The project consists of approximately 2,828 acres, with 1,766 of those acres belonging to Beaufort County. The South Carolina Forestry Commission is the intended long-term steward of the property. The property will be managed for sustainable timber production, wildlife habitat, recreational uses, clean air, clean water, soil health, historical and cultural protection, research and education, and carbon sequestration and storage. Per state statute 48 TAC 23 TAC 260, the South Carolina Forestry Commission pays 25% of its gross revenue generated to the county in which they are located to be used for general school purposes. I move that the board approve and authorize the chair to sign a letter of support on behalf of the board for the South Carolina Forestry Commission's Buckfield Land Acquisition Project. Furthermore, I move the board authorize the superintendent to take any and all actions necessary to execute and submit this letter in support of the project.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, it's been properly motioned and second.
I have questions. For the general public, is this costing the school board anything?
Negative.
Okay. And basically, the way I understand is that at certain parts of the year, basically they cut us a check, correct?
If the 1,766 acres that are in Beaufort County yield any type of profit off of the sale of timber or use, if it yields profit, then we get 25% of the proceeds.
Thank you. So just for the consumers and that people who are listening, just to give you a little information, just a little background on what that looks like. So I think that with that information, I think that will be helping us out as a district. So I definitely will be in support of this. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. Any questions from other board members, comments? Okay, I think we're ready to vote. All in favor here, raise your hand and say aye.
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 Okay. Online?
Guyer, aye.
Gordon, aye.
Okay, so it passes unanimously. Well done.
And our next meeting as an operations committee is April 9th at 1700, or 5 p.m., sorry.
Thank you to all of
concludes
the,
my report.
thank you, Mr. Secretary. Thank you to all of the presenters so far. And now? Julio?
Thank you. Item on the superintendent's report deals with student achievement and school renewal plans. And Dr. Stratos and her team have been reviewing school renewal plans. And so with that, Dr. Stratos.
Thank you, Dr. Rodriguez, and thank you, board members. I'd like to walk you through a document that is rather large, and I will be highlighting a few of the school renewal plans, but I first want to start with our table of contents for you, which you'll find on page 2, just to give you a pathway to understand as we walk through this full document. I know it stops at 13 there, but it actually goes to page 105. So if I can get us to take a look at page 4. Thank you, Mrs. Cushenberry. If we could stop at item 2, I want to go through a timeline. School renewal plans are a 5-year cycle. We are in the midpoint. Annually, we have to update our interim goals. We as a system did it in 2024, as did all of our schools. We bring forward to you annually an update of where we are and where we have landed at meeting our ultimate 5-year goal. Everyone in here should be familiar with 75, 75, 92. That's going to be part of our walkthrough for our district update, but as well, you're going to see, if you've gone through the school renewal plans, a predominant amount of our schools have utilized the 75, 75 when it's applicable, and the 92 when it comes to graduation rate. And a few of our high schools have already identified to exceed that in 2029. If you look down to the lower part of this page, there's a graphic that we've used with you in the past to help bring forward the understanding that our schools, all our work rises from our schools. At the very top of the first layer is academic achievement. We seek for the accountability preparing for success. We have multilingual learners, school climate, student progress, graduation rate, college and career readiness, and high school student success. Many of you know this, we've been in front of you in the past, but I'd like to bring that to your attention because it's the school work that brings that forward for our work that you'll see as you read through the plans. On page 5, I recognize that there are pillars that support our strategic plan to obtain 75-75-92. Our pillars are support, engagement, achievement, and stewardship. To identify these pillars, we annually do a comprehensive needs assessment. We bring that information to you once our data points are unembargoed, and that generally happens in October. If we go to the next page, which is 6, and again, this brings forward to you brief information on our mission, vision, and core beliefs of us in Beaufort County School District. And if you look to the next page on 7, this starts with our first 5-year goal, as I shared with you, 75, math and reading. And I want to pause for a moment to recognize that the state requires math and reading. Doesn't always say that you have to have biology, U.S. history as goals. And you will see that some of our schools, if you've gone through the school renewal plans, have exceeded the state requirements. And I want to pay kudos because there are a few plans in here that are absolutely phenomenal. Our interim goal, if you look to the next row 1, no, if we can go back up, thank you. We said that we would have a 2% increase. And if you note, this is for the year of 2027. We turn the page. Thank you, Mrs. Cushenberry. Our next is math. Math, we said we'll have in 2027 a 6% increase. And keeping what I first showed you on page 4, if you see on the top of page 9, we're looking for a 1% increase in graduation rate. As we look on to page 10, we are required by state regulation to have a goal for gifted and talented at the district level. We're seeking the growth of 1.2% for all students of student populations who are screened and qualify and eligible for gifted and talented for academics, as well as gifted and talented for the arts. By law, we are to have goals for teacher quality performance. This falls heavily in our area of human resources. That would be on the top of page 11. And these interim goals are incremental steps from the original 5-year goals. On page 12, another requirement by state is school climate survey. And for the edification of the board and public, we conduct 2 surveys. One is our climate survey that is tied to our accountability. That process is being executed at this time within our schools. And then the district itself conducts a survey that is done called Upbeat Data. So now if I could take a moment to highlight some of our schools on their school renewal plans. Every school has an executive summary in your packet. But I'd like you to turn to page 26. This is Bluffton High School. The school has done an exceptional job in identifying their goals, meeting the requirements of the law, and detailing activities to support their growth. So as you see, we have the student academic performance goals. On page 27, you will see the school climate performance goals. As well as the requirements of their school instructional council when they've had their meetings, and each school has to submit their minutes and agenda for the approval of these executive summaries and their overall school renewal plan to us. And I just want to draw attention backwards to page 25, because it's something unique that Bluffton Elementary did. They were one of the first schools at reading, and obviously because they start with a letter B, it's going to be easy to count, identify. But they did their reading based on stretch goals. Because they're having success at proficiency, they're seeking to see how far they can stretch their students. So they're challenging their own system. And I wanted to call that out because a few of the schools took that approach, the elementary, and those are our schools that have high flyers. And they say, no, we're growing, we're doing great, but now we want to even do more. So I have to give kudos to the elementary schools that are really challenging themselves. I wanted to take that opportunity to share with you. Mrs. Cushenberry, I'm going to ask you to go to page 61. And I stand corrected, it's page 60, because I want to highlight Joseph Shanklin as well. Kudos to the school and their school instructional council. And my why for that is because they really broke down their data at analyzing by grade level. There is freedom within the schools, and the state allows for uniqueness. They have to give annual goals. It must be based on data points. So they are meeting the letter of the law, but they went a little deeper. Their points are identified by proficiency because they're still growing to get predominant amount of their student population at higher level of proficiency. But they're taking a deeper lens at looking at their students. So now if I could draw your attention to page 85. And not that I grade these, but I do read them. But this is another exceptional example of an SRP from an elementary school, and I just wanted to share Red Cedar and highlight. They've even looked at their subgroups, and in this case, multilingual learners, and targeted a goal for improvement. School renewal plans are what drives transformation at our schools. So I'd like to, give kudos when you have that we're really looking at subgroups goals as well. And not to be left out, we have a middle school I'd like to bring your attention to, and that'd be on page 104. This is Whale Branch Middle School. It has been personalized first by using their mascot at the language of their goals. Could we stretch a little higher on proficiency? My answer would say yes, within the goals. Is he working at building proficiency at the school and being very streamlined at approach? My answer to you is yes. So with that brings forward to you, board members, the executive summaries. I bring before you the opportunity of asking for a motion for approval of these school renewal plans, and it is a full plan that goes into a software program that's called GEMS, with the update on the interim goals as they've been brought forward to you in your documents this evening. I do apologize, Mr. Dallas. I did not bring forward the motion in the document, but at this point I will pause if there's any questions, sir.
Any questions from board members? Mr. Smith?
So, understanding this, as this school renewal plan, basically we get a plan from every school, for 5 years, is that what I'm about to understand?
So, yes, there's a 5-year plan, a 5-year cycle for the overarching goal, Mr. Smith. Case in point is our district overarching goal of 75, 75, 92. And then annually, if you can scroll back up, Mrs. Cushenberry. Thank you. So if you see where it says 5-year goal 2024, 2029, and then annually, the year before the academic calendar starts, if you look onto the right column, this target that Whale Branch Middle School is identified with the work of their teachers and their SIC that they're going to target for this upcoming academic school year. So annually, although we have a 5-year plan, we have to go back annually, look at our performance, and update our goals.
I mean, and that sounds great, but my question would be, how do we know that we are actually, that how are we analyzing whether we're making our mark or not? I mean, because, you know, that is a
Excellent question. So if I recall that I said that transformation happens from your school renewal plan, I want you to think of the school renewal plan up here. Then I want you to think about a Title I plan is developed from your school renewal plan. And that school renewal plan has a needs assessment. That needs assessment, when I analyze my school, I'm able to determine what I need from data points for professional development. Your professional development is built off of your school renewal plan. When they're monitoring visits, the goals are looked at to see how close are you getting from formative assessments. So they're a point of reference throughout the school year, through monitoring visits, through internal reviews, instructional reviews that are conducted, and we go back to seeing if that mark is being made, and adjustments are made internally at the school site.
I don't know if any of my other colleagues have a question, but I mean, this is a great tool, but I think that this may be something that we may need to, the board may need to have a conversation more in depth and go into a deeper conversation to understand, you know, the pros and cons, and also the resources that we're putting into these plans as well. And I do understand that the superintendent brings us ideas, or he brings us different things that he may see that needs to go into these buildings in terms of resources and as well as administrative. But I think from the board aspect of it, from the board perspective of it, I just think that there's a deeper conversation that there need to be had in terms of understanding this 5-year plan, because this is almost like a living Bible, as we would say, in terms of a plan. But to make it successful, everyone needs to buy into that, and also understand what is in there and what that details, and you know, how we can all support each other in days and years to come. So I'll leave that there.
May I? Mrs. Smith, I value that approach because the school renewal plan is at the center of the work that we do and our district renewal plan. So I value that statement, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other board members have questions? I have one, if I may. Those are phenomenal numbers. The smallest multiple I saw was 2.1 times whatever the prior year was, 13 to 29. So if they continue that multiplication, it's not going to take many years before they are right there. So the question becomes, but I saw great variances between one of the earliest schools, and one of the later schools in terms of showing their results. Sometimes when you have that type of dichotomy, there'll be a hesitancy to take the learnings from a fellow colleague and their institution and import them into ours. How have you overcome that? Because clearly it seems that you have.
one of the things where we do a lot of that work is we have portfolio meetings by, so you have elementary schools that meet together with their executive director. And one of the core, I think, missions of a portfolio meeting is to do just that, to talk about what are things that are working and opportunities to proliferate those things to other schools at the same level. So that is an avenue for that purpose. Additionally, we have instructional reviews at various schools across the district. And through those instructional reviews, you have district personnel, executive directors who lead that work in collaboration. Is this on? Can you hear me? In collaboration with the schools' administrative teams, and to include coaches from those schools. And part of the opportunity that exists there is that executive directors and district staff that support and work at various schools across the district also bring ideas to those instructional reviews. That is part of why we initiated instructional reviews. It's not just to monitor and see how we're making progress in our instructional effectiveness, but it is also designed to proliferate good practices and good ideas that we have going on across the district. I think that's what you're talking about.
Yes, very much so. So that's very impressive, the mechanics of how you're doing it. It may be worthwhile for consideration just to codify those in a separate sheet in steps that you do, so that we as board members can take that and take it into the public and help them realize what an amazing outcome it is, if that's okay.
Absolutely, sir.
Thank you. Mr. Secretary.
Mr. Chair, I move that the Beaufort County Board of Trustees approve the district's strategic plan and school renewal plans for the 26-27 school year.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly motioned and second. All in favor? Raise your right hand and say aye. 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 Okay, online, please.
Guyer, aye.
Chloe Gordon, aye.
Is that it? Okay, all right, that passes unanimously, 6-0.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, board members.
Thank you and your team.
Dr. Strauss.
Thank you. And I think we're ready for student performances.
Yes, that takes us to points of celebration. I'm sorry, student performance. Thank you. If we're ready for our student performance.
Over here? Yes, please. Sorry, I'm all over the place, obviously. Ladies and gentlemen, members of the board, Dr. Rodriguez, thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to showcase some of the talent that we have in our schools here in the realm of performing arts. Today, we have a performance From Lucas Leonardos, who is an 8th grade student from H.E. McCracken Middle School. He will be performing alongside his teacher, Dr. Jeffrey Stinson, who also from H.E. McCracken, and they will be performing Careless Whisper.
I mean, maybe.
I think it still has to warm up.
Now it's true.
Oh.
Something stupid like
I did not go near it.
what's that say? Is that I've said it? It's on like that's less weird. Yeah. Alright, good. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you very much. That was incredible. I mean,
Yes.
we're gonna have to have you back for an encore presentation. When you say,
Without a doubt.
wonderful.
Forget Encore, I'm ready to go River Street. I'm ready to make some money. when you need some security, let me know, girl, man. I'm all there. I'm there for it.
Well done, very well done.
Well done.
Next item on the agenda is points of celebration. And here this evening, we begin points of celebration with our February Student of the Month from Southern Beaufort County. Character Ed for February, and tonight we're celebrating the Student of the Month in Southern Beaufort County. February's character traits were honesty and integrity. Honesty is defined as telling the truth and admitting wrongdoing. Integrity is defined as a firm adherence to a code of especially moral or artistic values. For Southern Beaufort County, the February Student of the Month is Jasmine Rodriguez, a first grade student at Red Cedar Elementary School. And here to introduce Jasmine is school counselor Julie Markle.
Thank you, Dr. Rodriguez, and to the members of our school board. I am so honored to be able to recognize Jasmine this evening, along with her family and her first grade teacher, Miss Nygaard. And I'll just read a few of the words written on Jasmine's behalf. In first grade, these characteristic traits can look like admitting when you made a mistake or returning something that does not belong to you, telling the truth even when it may be difficult, or apologizing and choosing to do better next time. It also looks like asking for help when needed and showing kindness to classmates and learning and growing every day. Jasmine demonstrates honesty and integrity in meaningful ways. When she faces a challenge or makes a choice she wishes she could redo, she reflects, accepts responsibility, and uses the experience to grow. That is true integrity. She shows empathy more than any first grader we know and often notices when others need encouragement or support. Jasmine perseveres when learning feels challenging and respectfully advocates for herself by asking for help. She works hard, cares deeply for her peers, and consistently strives to do what is right. We are so proud of the effort that she's put into her learning and the compassion she shows in her classroom community. Congratulations, Jasmine, for being the recipient for honesty and integrity.
You contributed to this.
The next item is Skills USA competition. Recently, a few Beaufort County School District students competed in the Skills USA Championship through their courses with the Academy for Career Excellence. And here to tell us more about the competition and introduce the students is ACE Director, Dr. Mike Lavecchio.
Thank you. Good evening. We were really lucky this year. Well, it was based on the hard work of these kids and their teachers behind me. We had 9 gold medals in 10 gold medalists, because 2 of them worked as a pair, up at Skills USA. The event occurred over a number of days in Columbia and also in Greenville. These students have an opportunity to go to the Nationals, which is in Atlanta this year. Unfortunately, they've moved them up to the first week of June, which, as we know, is the graduation week. It's traditionally the 3rd week, but there was a conflict with the World Cup. So we're hoping we can get a few of them up there, but we're not going to probably have the presence we usually have. In addition to our 9 gold medalists competition, we also had 11 silvers and about 11 bronzes. So we fared very well with about almost 50% of the students we brought up medaling in the event. I'm trying to make sure I checked off the names of people I saw, but first I'm going to call up Jordan Washington. She is a gold medalist in related technical math, which is a mathematical competition. Jordan finished with a silver last year, but got to go to nationals and compete. So she is a 2-time medalist, and she is from Beaufort High and is also a member of the Battery Creek Band and is in our barbering program. So she won that for math. Next, we had our EMT competition, and it was a team effort, and we had Ricky Ortega from Bluffton and Brady Wall from Bluffton High School. Okay, a few just showed up. Next, from Battery Creek, we have Nathan Najjar, who is the state champion in barbering. He is also going to be honored at the next meeting because he is the state wrestling champ. So he has had a pretty good month. Next up is Victoria Vargas. She won customer service. She is a Hilton Head High School student. She is in cosmetology and took her cosmetology test today up in Charleston. So she's had a really busy day. Walked in here.
I think you forgot to mention something about Victoria. State Superintendent?
Oh, she's also had a chance to, when we had a visit from the state superintendent, Ms. Weaver, she had a chance to style her hair. Is that correct? I want to make sure I use the proper terminology because, and she did a wonderful job. Her and one of her classmates had a chance to do that. And I think they're besties now. Is that safe to say? So, anyone else I missed? I want to make sure I saw. That's everyone I saw. Okay, good.
Before we take a picture, I do want to go ahead and call the other students to make sure their names are heard here this evening. One is Shania Martin, Extemporaneous Speaking Division. Mason Swigert in Cabinet Making Division. Taylor Anderson, Prepared Speech Division. Emily Montano, Basic Healthcare Skills Division, and Erin Para Ortega in Job Skill Demonstration Division. So we'll give them all a round of applause and we'll take a quick break. Next this evening, we want to celebrate wrestling state championships. So Beaufort County School District was well represented in the South Carolina High School League State Wrestling Tournament with a championship win from May River High School. Several students won individual state championships as well. And here to tell us about the wrestling state championships is District Athletic Director, Dr. Carlos Cave.
Before I begin, I would like to ask Coach Powell if he will come forward as well as the May River wrestling team. So as the team comes forward, I had the opportunity to travel and watch them live in action in the state championship match. Again, May River is the Class 4A state champions in wrestling. History, again, has been made by May River athletes. With grit and discipline and unrelenting commitment to excellence, these young men have captured their second Class 4A state championship, cementing the program as one of the premier wrestling programs in the state of South Carolina. This achievement is a testimony to the dedication of the student athletes, the leadership and expertise of their head coach, Coach Powell, and his staff, and the unwavering support of the May River administration, May River families, and the community as a whole. Competing for this state championship, May River wrestlers rose to every challenge. Not being a wrestling guy myself, I did notice that there were a lot of injury timeouts, I guess, by the other team, which kind of became problematic, but these gentlemen persevered. Demonstrating toughness, demonstrating resilience, and most of all, championship composure when it mattered the most. Winning one state title is special. Winning two proves it's a program built for sustained greatness. At this time, I'd like to bring Coach Powell up.
Thank you. Appreciate Dr. Cave again for all your support. Like Coach Cave said, we finished back-to-back state championships, 27-1. He talked a little bit about commitment. Our kind of our motto all year was discipline over motivation. We think motivation is kind of temporary. I've been motivated to lose a lot of weight about every January, and it really hasn't worked. So discipline, we think, is ultimately how you achieve goals, because motivation, again, is only temporary. We've been very lucky. We've had back-to-back state championships this year, being 10th year of a program. I think it's only been done in Beaufort County twice by Battery Creek back in 2014 and 15, as well as 95 and 96, and that's a testament to the late Nate Day. So anytime that we can speak about Coach Day in this county, I think it's incredibly important to do that. So prior to that, it's only been done twice, and that was by the Battery Creek Dolphins, thanks to Coach Nate Day. In terms of champions, we had 5 individual state champions and this year. So we actually won the traditional state tournament as well. And basically you accumulate points throughout the whole tournament to determine the traditional state champion as well. And we were very fortunate to have 5 individual state champions this year. Our 106, Stefano Calderon. Our 126, Marcus Folk. Our 150-pounder, Thomas Bruff. Our 157, Blake Butler. Blake actually won his 2nd state championship. Blake's here, and he was also named the 4A Wrestler of the Year. And then we actually had our first female state champion this year, Vivian Uriola. She was our first state champion at 130 pounds in the girls division. And kind of in closing, I appreciate the honor. I appreciate the support by our principal, Dr. Webb, our athletic director, Coach Bigum, and our district athletic director, Coach Cave. We really appreciate it. Last note, if something comes up at the district about getting a bigger room, we support that. I don't know if I'll be here for that vote, but we appreciate it. Thank you all so much.
Did your principal tell you to say that? Is he here?
Yeah, he's
Oh, he is? Oh,
Yeah, he's right there. Dr. Webb, come on up. We got a picture you got to be in. Come on. I'd like to go ahead and call the names out of students and or athletes, and if you would step right up here and then go back to your spot, because we're going to be taking a picture with you. Vivian Uriola, congratulations. Stefano Calderon, no. Marcus Folk, Thomas Bro, no. Blake Butler. Nate Najar, I know Nate's here. I saw Nate a minute ago.
Theo Johnson? Not here. Colton Freeman? Bryce Stevenson? We'll take a first photo with May River students, and then we'll take Hilton Head High, and if we have any other schools represented, we'll take that one after. So we're going order. Okay. That work? Then we have Hilton Head and, both Hilton Head? Battery Creek, okay? We'll go Battery Creek first.
No, you won't. I'm out of town.
So Colton won the state championship at Beaufort High, but as of a couple weeks ago, he's a Seahawk. So I'll accept the award on his behalf tonight.
Okay, Regional Science Fair is next. 2026 Low Country Regional Science and Engineering Fair saw strong participation from Beaufort County School District with all 8 middle schools involved. Beaufort County students excelled, earning 26 awards, and here to tell us more to introduce the first place and special award winners is District Teacher of the Year, Allison Gallagher.
Thank you, Dr. Rodriguez and members of our school board. I am so proud to be here tonight to represent science in our district. And as an 8th grade science teacher, I every day see firsthand the experience of science and engineering processes in my classroom. I know that this process is going to open doors, promote creativity, and instill confidence in our students, and it allows them to truly embrace their genius. I want to thank the students for their willingness to take risks and to achieve this greatness represented here today. I also want to thank their teachers for supporting this process, as well as the entire Extreme team for supporting our students as we truly encourage them to think critically, reason quantitatively, and investigate through inquiry. So we are going to start out with Hilton Head Island Middle School, and this student is Liam Getsimala, and this person earned 3 awards, a first place in the Engineering, Math, Robotics, and Systems category, Junior 1 Division, the Thermo Fisher Scientific Junior Innovators Challenge Award, and the Excellence in Alternative Energy Sources Award. And from my home school, the next one where I teach 8th grade, at H.E. McCracken Middle School, we had 2 winners for the Excellence in Alternative Energy Sources Award. We had first Pierce Farringer, and Anna Hoffman. Pierce Farringer also was awarded the NASA Earth System Award as well. We also had an award given for the Association for Women Geoscientists, and that winner is Brooklyn Schaefer. The following winners are from River Ridge Academy. In the Biological Sciences category, Junior 2 Division, our first place winner was Josie Ann Hurley. In the Earth and Environmental Sciences category, Junior 2 Division, the first place winner was Bryce Thornton. In the Physics and Astronomy category, Junior 2 Division, we had our first place, which was Mia Presida. The Thermo Fisher Scientific Junior Innovators Challenge Award was also awarded to Josie Ann Hurley. The Lemelson Early Inventor Prize Award was given to Micah Torres. The American Psychological Association Award was given to Katie Sakini. And for the overall Junior 2 Division winner out of all the categories, our winner was Bryce Thornton. Thank you.
So that concludes our points of celebration. I know we have consent agenda, future topics, second public comments, but then when we go into executive session, those of you that are here, I would invite you to walk through and see some of their science fair things on the posters and displays on the way to executive session. Thank you.
Mr. Chair, I move that we can approve the consent agenda.
Is there a second?
Second.
Properly motioned and second. All in favor here? Raise your right hand, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Online?
Chloe Gordon, yes.
Guyer, aye.
Okay, thank you both. That constitutes, okay, passage. Into topics. Hearing none. Move to announcements. Any announcements? Okay, second public comments. Oh, just a second, I have my paper. Okay, Mr. James Miller.
Thank you, folks, again, for letting me speak. I appreciate it. I especially noted during the school renewal plans, Mr. Dallas your comment about dichotomy. I have, over the past several years or months, commented on where I saw improvement, but there is a big dichotomy. And in that respect, I would point out, well, I pointed out last week or last month that 5 of the 8 middle schools do not participate in CPA. 2 of the high schools do not participate. And I've kept these records for now 3 years. I see no improvement in those particular areas. I have to make a special request of you. You folks have done a great job and provided the district and the district at the district level are moving forward. I feel it is totally at the independent school district or school level that there needs to be some goals set. And I think with this performance, had this been in a core curriculum, math, science, etc., you would be asking the principals to come forward and explain what they need to do to implement improvements. I appreciate that request of you. Thank you much.
Thank you, Mr. Miller. Ms. Sarah Saccone? Okay. Okay, then the next person would be Ms. Sunny Lee Alsobrook.
Hello. My name is Sunny Lee Alsobrook, and I am a BCSD TIDES student. The TIDES program has been a blessing for me for a lot of reasons, but what stuck out to me is the learning environment and the friends I have made. To me, the environment at the Technical College of the Lowcountry is much more inviting to high-performing students like me. I went to public school throughout elementary school and then switched to online in 6th and 7th grade. In 8th grade, I came back to public school, and it was because of that choice that I ended up hearing about the TIDES program. I made the decision to join it shortly after. At first, going straight to college from middle school seemed daunting. I mean, I was just in 8th grade after all. I was also one of two kids from Hilton Head Island High School that got into the TIDES program. So needless to say, I was nervous. But it only took one day in the program for me to forget all about those nerves. As soon as I walked in, I could tell I had made the right choice by joining TIDES. At TIDES, I am surrounded by like-minded people who really get me. They understand what it's like to be an overachiever or a nerd, and we all get along super well. My classmates also have a clear focus on academics, and it's given me a chance to not only be myself, but to better myself. Being in this environment has made me more motivated to work harder than ever before, and I owe it to the TIDES program. Today, I wouldn't even recognize the shy, timid 8th grader I was before I joined the program. Thanks to TIDES, I have become more confident in myself, not only in my ability to do schoolwork, but socially as well. I am so glad I chose TIDES, and I can't imagine what I would have done without it. I would have likely gone back to virtual school and would have stayed just as unsure of myself as I used to be. So all in all, the friends I have made in the TIDES program are a blessing for me. I have thrived in this environment because I'm surrounded by hardworking, academically inclined, and mature students all day. It is a place in which I feel safe and cared for, and I'm so thankful I was given this opportunity. Thank you for providing the BCSD TIDES program as an option for high performers like me. Thank you.
Following that performance, Ms. Cindy Alsobrook.
Hey there, Cindy Alsobrook. My husband Joel and I are the parents of Sam, Seth, and Slater, all Hilton Head Island High School graduates, and our daughter Sunny Lou that you just met is a sophomore. For a point of reference, I grew up on a 350-acre farm in rural Kansas. I knew more cows than people. I was the first in my family to graduate from college, which means that I also racked up $25,000 in student loan debt. So I jumped at the chance to register our 4 kids for free college as soon as they became available and eligible. Our 3 boys were all dual enrollment at Technical College of the Low Country while in high school. And that led to their associate's degree, and our daughter graduates with her associate's degree from TCL next month as a part of the BCSD TIDES program. My husband is a UPS package car driver, and I am a very proud Beaufort County school bus driver. I can assure you that when filling out the necessary forms for free college, that my husband and I were never the least bit concerned with GPA and class rank. Dual enrollment and TIDES immediately locks in lower overall costs due to less courses and less semesters at the 4-year university level, which means less hours worked for my husband and me. These programs have kept tax dollars for education within Beaufort County, and you guys know that once you lock in that 2-year degree, no one can take away that concrete credential. And it's also been a relief to know that through the TIDES program, our daughter is riding the bus, in the hallways, eating lunch, and in every one of her classes housed at TCL with her like-minded peers that have very similar academic goals, mental speeds, intensities, and maturity. TIDES has been a safe place for our daughter, socially, emotionally, physically, which has increased her discipline for learning, and at the same time, significantly reduced her frustration and her feelings of isolation that is often associated with the gifted and truly talented students. The autonomy, supportive environment at TIDES meets her growth and success needs every day, all day, so that she can simply enjoy school. Thank you for continuing to support accelerated pathways for our brightest and our best behaved students and their hardworking families.
Thank you. Okay, we'll have our 4th person coming up.
Hi, I'm going to put you on speakerphone. If you give your first and last name and their topic, and you'll have 3 minutes to speak. Are you?
My name is Sarah Sakin. I live here on Hilton Head Island. I appreciate you all giving me the opportunity to speak this evening. I have 2 children who have been working their way through the Hilton Head Island schools. Currently, I have a child at Hilton Head Island Middle School and a child at Hilton Head Island High School. First, I would like to take this opportunity to express my gratitude for all of the Hilton Head Island cluster schools and how they have served my children. They have thrived in all of the school environments they've attended. My daughter, like the previous 2 speakers, is attached to Beaufort County School District TIDES. She was identified in middle school as a good candidate for that program, and we are both very grateful that she chose to pursue it. The middle school counselor identified her as a child who would do better with higher rigor, smaller course, like group class sizes, and that is exactly what TIDES has offered her. We are very fortunate to be in a school district that works so hard to ensure that every student has a path that works very well for them. So I wanted to take tonight's opportunity to say thank you. Thank you for making sure that the very diverse population here in Beaufort County is served so very well. We appreciate all you do. Thank you for this time.
Thank you. Okay, that concludes our public comments, Mr. Secretary.
Mr. Chair, I move that we go into executive session for the following reasons. Discussion of the employment matter regarding March 2026 personnel ratification report pursuant to South Carolina Code annotated section 30 TAC 4 TAC 70A1. Discussion of negotiations incident to proposed amendment number 2 with Thompson Turner Construction for Ladies Island Middle School Replacement School 2023 referendum total project scope guarantee maximum price proposal pursuant to South Carolina Code annotated section 30 TAC 4 TAC 70A2. Discussion of matter covered by the attorney-client privilege regarding the reclassification of the DESC Security Entry Renovations Fund from the fiscal year 2026 8% capital improvement project to the 2019 bond referendum pursuant to South Carolina Code annotated section 30 TAC 4 TAC 70A2.
Second. Okay, properly motion and second. All in favor, raise your hands. Aye.
Aye.
All right, online.
Guyer, aye.
Thank you, Colonel. Ms. Gordon or?
Aye.
Okay,
She checked.
unanimous. Thank you.
Just invite you to take a visit and see some of the displays on the science fair.
Mr. Secretary?
Mr. Chair, there are three motions coming out of the executive session. Number one, I move to approve the superintendent's recommendation for the appointment listed on March 1st, 2026 to March 31st, 2026 personnel ratification report.
Second motion.
Properly motion and second, all in favor here, say aye. Raise your hand.
Aye.
Aye.
Guyer,
Online?
aye.
Thank you, Colonel.
Gordon, aye.
Thank you, Ms. Gordon. Passes unanimously.
Number two, I move that the Board of Education approve amendment number 2 with Thompson Turner Construction for Ladies Island Middle School Replacement School. Total project scope for construction for a guaranteed maximum price of $54,414,709.
Seconded.
Properly motioned and second, all in favor here, say aye and raise your right hand. Aye. Online?
Guyer, aye.
Gordon, aye.
Thank you both, online members. Pass unanimously.
And finally, I move that the Board of Education approve the reclassification of DESC secured entry renovations for the fiscal year 2026 8% capital improvement projects to the 2019 bond referendum for a total amount of $1,600,000.
Second the motion.
Okay, properly motioned and second here, all in favor, raise your right hand and say aye. Aye. Online?
Guyer, aye.
Gordon, aye.
Thank you both, pass unanimously.
This concludes motions out of executive session.
Okay, I need an agenda, but I'll do my agenda. Session, okay,
Yeah, we're done.
adjournment. Unless there's,
So to move.
is there a second, or do I need?
I'll second it.
All right, second, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
You folks are hard on me.